Hello, MLO Network. It's Mr. Fischer here, back on the Survivor Series. We are moving pretty quick here. I got TJ joining me. He's coming on camera right now, it looks like. Hold on one second here. We're going to go ahead and add him.
All right. Sorry about that, buddy. So having the hamster that powers my internet decided to, I guess, take a lunch break or something right there. So
it's all good. Hey, we're already ready. We're rolling. We're live. Like, let's do it.
Yeah. So cool. Well, we're doing something, I don't want to say different or something new, but one of the things, Fish, that, you and I really, like to do here is, just once every 2 or 3 weeks, just you and I coming in, talking, just about things that are going on, that we've seen, that we've experienced, and that we're learning and that we're sharing. And so today I really wanted to talk to you, about something that, and honestly, dude, I really feel like I could do this every other day with just you. You've learned so much and you've gained so much knowledge, and from some of these great people that you network and you learn with, it. You could just do these calls yourself, but that would get boring for everybody, especially you. But one of the things that you have done so well here is what you call knowledge-based marketing, right? And I just was hoping you could spend 10 or 15 minutes today just talking about the concepts of it, how you would take action steps into this if you were just kind of starting fresh in today's market. So I want to put you in the hot seat a little bit today with that.
Cool. I like it. And it's something that I'm so comfortable talking about because, like you said, the knowledge I've worked hard to gain. I mean, I'm always trying to talk to other loan officers, go to seminars, watch webinars, watch YouTube videos, read books. Like this is on my radar right now, Virtual Selling. I just got this recommendation to Scott Grove's team, and just geek out on some of these higher level concepts, because at the end of the day, I don't want a computer to replace me. And I think that complexity is my friend. I think that the harder that this job is, in the more things that the consumer needs to know, the better it is for me. So I don't worry so much about rates going up and down or programs changing or whatever. Just embrace all that and say, like, hey, this is the reason this is such a kick-ass job. It's because it's really hard and it's really challenging, and a lot of people can't do it. And that's part of the reason that we're able to continue to get paid very well too. We offer lots of value to sort things out that are pretty complex sometimes.
Something, and on that point, was it 4 years ago, 5 years ago? When the Rocket started advertising on the Super Bowl, right? It was their first round of commercial in the Super Bowl, and we're all freaking out. Everyone's freaking out about that. And I remember you having a conversation with me, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, I'm 44 years old, and I'm going to have to learn how to go, be a something, right, type of thing. And you're like, look, man, like the assembly line can't replace us when it comes to the purchase business, right? Yeah. They can't replace us because that assembly line worker is not going to be able to pick up that phone. And when they wake up in the middle of the night in the cold sweat, scared about what's going on, right? And what happened and why this is happening. And again, that's where, your concept of knowledge-based marketing, which is really having these deep understanding of what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we're doing it, comes into play, because that allows you to confidently speak to that person and calm them down and help guide them throughout this process, right?
Well, the challenge, I think, is that sometimes people, they think of marketing and they just think like, they think of the end result, like, oh, well, it's social media, or it's a video, or it's a class, or it's, they think of the outlet to marketing, but they don't focus as much on the internal part. Like, what is the message? What is the story? What's going on with the customer? How does this customer going to relate to the story? And how are you going to give them something that is valuable to them, that is going to help them grow? And they're going to feel more educated. They're going to feel smarter. They're going to feel better once they're following you and engaged with you. And, you end up making them feel empowered and feel like they learned something. And even some of the stupidest simple marketing, I clicked on something on TikTok the other day. Next thing you know, I'm going down this whole rabbit hole, and I'm like, holy cow, this person's marketing really worked. They engaged with me by offering something that taught me something. And it was like literally just something about like men's growth. And next thing you know, I'm watching every single word this person says. And now there's like, oh, you can buy this person's book. And I'm like, oh, I want to buy this guy's book. Oh, no, this guy's got a coaching circle. Of course he does, right? But it all started with offering something that was, there's a problem out there in the marketplace. In this case, it wasn't even a mortgage. It was, like a lot of men have problems balancing all the things that are going on in their life. And what are some tips to help you manage your day better? I'm like, that's me. I need this. I'm going to watch this. I'm bought in. So, keep it simple. A few different bullet points. Here's a few things you can do. This is what you should do every morning. And, the way that you organize your desk and the way that you organize your room is the way that you organize your mind. I'm like, yes, my mind is disorganized. So is my desk. So is my mom. I'm like,
right now you're selling for this guy. So
I know, but I'm saying this is the same thing.
And again, it's the concept, right? That
the same thing. You put yourself in the seat of the consumer,
Yep.
and you got to ask the question, what's going on with the consumer? What's going on with the realtor? I mean, the realtor wants to meet more people. The realtor wants to sell more homes. The consumer wants to get over the anxiety of qualifying, and they want to understand that the payments are going to be something they can afford. They want to not freak out about the housing market going up and down.
Right.
So, diving into MBS Highway or other tools where you're learning about that, learning about the loan guideline stuff that's super, super confusing, learning how to combine these things to teach people how to build wealth, and then translating that into whatever outlet that you pick. For me, I try a lot of these different outlets. I kind of like building a solid presentation that I can teach as a class. And the reason that I really gravitated to that, and I've been pushing that, and I've helped a lot of loan officers do that, is I feel that, the energy it takes to teach and to build a 1.5 or 2 or 3 hour class is like, it's like 3 or 4x the energy of a normal day. If you go teach a class for 2 hours, you will be exhausted. You feel like you ran a marathon. You burn a ton of calories. I did some geeked out reading this weekend about, when you're doing things at a high level intellectually, you're burning almost as many calories as when you're exercising. So that's how I feel when I teach a class, because I'm engaging at such a high level. And I think a lot of loan officers are so afraid because they don't think they have the content. They don't think they know what they're going to say. And that's when I say, well, that's exactly why you need to do it, because you need to get so good at talking about all these things that it's just part of your DNA, that you could literally press play on the camera and you can come up with something that will gravitate with your consumer in your marketplace. Or your customer could call you and ask you a specific question. You would just be so on point. And these things come up all day. Like, I'm talking to a newer loan officer that just joined my team like yesterday. And he's like, man, I miss being in the office with some of these higher level LOs. He's like, I sat with you for a little bit and watched you talk to realtors and borrowers. And I'm like, dude, I need to sit next to you. I'm like, yes, that's how I learn, man. I learn in, like a bullpen of other loan officers. We all listen to each other all the time. We still all the time. But in the absence of that, a lot of people aren't doing that. You got to get out there and you got to still immerse yourself in this knowledge culture where you're learning the things, you're watching the other LOs, you're engaging to the point where you figured out how to put yourself out as a salesperson and a marketer in a way that people engage with. Like, that guy's funny, that guy's edgy, that guy's also really good at VA loans. That guy's
So let's talk about that. Let me jump in here real
Yep.
quick. So you just mentioned VA loans, right?
Yep.
So really, when we talk about your VMA product, right? Don't say product, course, community, mission, that really is knowledge-based marketing.
100%.
Right? If you take a look at it, yeah, I mean, you've got a mission. You guys are really dedicated to that, veteran, home buyer, homeowner community, without a doubt, right? But when we really get granular with it, you're not running big fancy ads and campaigns and doing all this crazy stuff. You guys have just learned this product better than anyone else, right? And understand the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, everything that's inside of this, to the point where, really, you guys are probably top 1% as far as your knowledge when it comes to this. And then you have this ability, because you combine it with your passion to support that community. So you combine the two, right? Now you have this ability to translate that information to your client, to your potential referral partners, to other loan officers, et cetera. But really, when it comes down to it, that's what you've done with VMA, right?
Well, what you just shared there was this concept of, this community sharing with each other. We've all committed to some certain non-negotiables, like, hey, we're all going to be good at entitlement calculations. We're all going to be really good at pulling certificates of eligibility. We're all going to be really good at understanding how to do reconsiderations of value and understanding minimum property requirements. Okay, cool. This is part of the drill. So it's not just come in and pass a 1-hour class.
Right.
It's a commitment to be good at this stuff. It's going to change over time. We're always going to be good at it. We're like, like an alumni association, like we're literally going to help each other, and we're going to watch each other's videos and learn from each other's businesses and practices. And then when you go out there to do it yourself, you're like, oh man, a case in point, just 2 days ago, I'm watching somebody else make a video on assumptions. And I'm like, oh man, I haven't done it yet because I'm afraid that I don't know everything I need to know. So this to me is exactly the position that a lot of loan officers who are probably watching this same position that they're in today. They don't know enough about something that they're uncomfortable making a video, teaching a class, typing up something on social media, calling a group of realtors and explaining it because they don't know 100% that they're right, or they're not confident about the words that are coming out of their mouth because they haven't practiced it. Number one,
Right.
They haven't seen anybody else do it, and they don't want to fail miserably. I don't believe that it's, all these LOs, they're just so afraid of videos. And I mean, I know that that's a real fear, but I think at the end of the day, most of us get to the point where we're good at selling and we're okay being in front of cameras.
Right.
It's just when we got to be in front of stage or in front of a camera or a Zoom and we don't know what we're saying, we freak out. We're like, oh my gosh, like I got to make this video.
Well, and part of what you're doing is, like
something.
you said, you've got to convey that confidence.
And
right?
I don't, and I'm going to sound terrible because I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's why this concept of being in a community where people are working hard to share knowledge together, but also share how we're going to teach this knowledge to other people. And like a lot of times when I'm talking to somebody about joining BMA or talking to even a realtor or whatever, they'll throw stuff at me and then I'll throw examples back. So let's just do that real quick, TJ. So you come to me and you say, Mike, I'm going to make this VA video series, but I really like, I don't know what to start. Like, what would you do? And I'd say, well, TJ, I would pick a topic. What's your favorite topic about the VA loan? Just pick one, pick any one.
Tidewater.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Somebody say, okay, TJ, number one, you're going to have to go back to this course that we made and you're going to have to watch this video 3 times. Then you're going to watch a video of Eric and I teaching about it. And then you're going to watch a video about Brad and I teaching it. Then there's a template email about Tidewater. Okay. Now the conversation goes something like this, hey, Josh, just giving you a quick call, following up on that VA transaction that we just closed. Hopefully it went smooth. Your client is the best. I sent him a knife in the mail because I couldn't make closing because it was 3 hours away. I'm also going to send him a challenge coin. I don't know if you know what challenge coins are, but a challenge coin is something that we like to give out. There's a whole story behind it. I'm actually going to send you an email on it because right now what I want to talk to you more about is the last time you and I talked, you were talking about wanting to be better at marketing. So I would love to help you make a solid marketing video about your VA experience as a realtor. Does that sound like something you would like to do? We can just record it. We don't have to go live, but I want to help you get better at talking about how you serve veterans in Northern Michigan. So this is like something. And then Josh say, yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, Josh, here's what we need to know. So I want you to say hey, veterans, you may have heard that your VA your loan is more difficult because the VA has a home inspector, because the VA doesn't like to appraise houses high. I'm here to tell you none of these things are true. The VA appraisers are the same appraisers that do conventional loans, and USD loans, and FHA loans. And there are people in our community. In fact, I personally know many of them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of using that benefit. Also, the VA really doesn't have an inspector. It's the appraiser that is doing this part of the process. So just as long as there's not a whole lot of chipping paint, we're going to be okay. Guess what? There's also 2 different ways to get value that you don't have on other loan transactions. One of them is called Tidewater. I'm a pro in my market as a realtor at understanding Tidewater. This is where I go in and I actually pull up additional data and I partner with the appraiser to help your appraisal come in as accurate as possible. If you want to learn more about how that works, or you have a friend that's a veteran in need, myself and this lending partner, Michael, however he wants to introduce me, would love to chat with you. Cool. I just taught this guy how to make a video in 2 minutes. Okay. Now it sounds.
And you also demonstrated your expertise.
Yes.
That no other loan officer.
Yes.
In the area is done. But let's talk. And because we're at our 15-minute mark here, and again, this has been a little bit more of a free-flowing conversation between us. But it doesn't. Your passion's VA.
Mm-hmm.
My passion is lead generation and conversion. Right? I can't go make that VA video today. I can if I ever follow through with my VMA course and and get certified. But I could go in today. I could teach a class on how to generate leads. The realtor board call me up, be like, "Hey TJ, I know you're probably in sweatpants and a North Face t-shirt, but you want to come teach a class today?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And I could walk over there and I could teach a class on how to generate, leads and get 10 to 20% appointment rates from them, because it's something I know and I'm passionate about and I've learned about. Right. So I think the point of, to kind of put a bow on this, is find that thing, that niche, that product, that whatever it is inside of our market, and learn it and be passionate about it and understand it, and then start finding ways to share that knowledge. Because now, even though you might have, look, dude, we can walk out if I took my laptop out the office, we'd walk past like 5 different mortgage companies in about 3 minutes right here down on Main Street. And every single one of them is a, VA expert, right? But if I follow your steps, I'm the one who's going to be perceived as a VA specialist across the board, right?
Absolutely.
At 100%, because you're differentiating yourself. And I do think, really, when we talk about this, though, a big thing about it is you can't fake it. You have to believe in that whatever you're marketing, whatever that knowledge base is, right? You've got to believe in that product. You got to believe in that process, and be really, as I said, again, I just use the term passionate about it, because it does come across with your audience from there.
People oftentimes go down this rabbit hole of like, oh my gosh, you're pigeonholing yourself. Well, it's the exact opposite. You're using this knowledge position to show people you're really good at something, but that it's a door opener. You can walk in the door and talk about anything. Like, I was at a real estate board meeting last night, and I barely go to these real estate board meetings. And I'm like, maybe I should, because the market's changing a little bit. I should do some more face-to-face stuff.
Right.
And I walk in the door, and I don't know a lot of these people. They all know me. And I'm like, how is this? Well, this is intentional,
Right.
because I've been putting messages out to this board. I've been teaching Zoom classes. I've had my face on things related to VA loans for a while now. And even the loan officers are there. Like, oh, hey, it's Michael. Hey, who are you? I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Oh, this is my name. Oh, okay, I've seen you on social media. This is great.
It's Facebook Fish.
But again, it's intentional in that the message is going out there through multiple channels, through emails, through videos, through face-to-face, all these kind of things. Then you have to back it up with the knowledge that you have. And it's the cool thing about it is that when you really push to the higher level, you start finding other loan officers and friends that are in that same circle. And next thing you know, you got these people that are way up here. And you're like, what am I doing? Like, I'm hanging out in these high circles with these people that are really good and they make all this money. And then they're coming to me for help because I know a lot of things and a lot of people. And I've seen this happen with loan officers that do lots of commercial business, with loan officers that do lots of a particular type of product like renovation, or like portfolio loans. There's a lot of different niches, divorce lending, that you can get into, and you can become, push yourself to such a level that everybody just knows who you are, because they say, man, that guy really knows what he's doing. The knowledge is his brand. It's his marketing, and he sells it in a way that's really cool and it makes sense. And so I'm gonna follow this person. I'm gonna learn from them. And if I'm a realtor or consumer, I'm gonna want to do business with them.
So it's funny you talk about that. We got a guy around here who has been doing renovation loans forever.
Mm-hmm.
He is marketing himself as the reno guy. I can tell you, I cannot tell you how many times I've had a meeting with agents and ask for the business, and they're like, absolutely, but all my renovation stuff goes to this guy. He's the only person I send it to. And it's been very similar to what you've done with building your brand as the VA specialist,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just consistency over time. And I know him. He gets other business. He does other business, but he's almost got like this guaranteed source of business because of this one niche. And it's a little bit more of a challenging one, right? But same thing, if you understand, like I know when I've spoken to our renovation expert, He's like, oh no, dude, you just do this, you put this in here, you flip over here, you spin on your head 3 times, and boom, and there you got your numbers, type of thing, right? And because he understands it, he's confident, and I'm like, well, if he's telling me it's right, it's right. You know, John, who's watching right now, I'd say, hey man, we got to disclose this. He's like, did you do it, or did a renovation team do it? I was like, the reno team. He's like, okay, cool, let's and we'll get it out.
Yeah,
Type of
but
thing.
I mean, you can be known for something that's not even a loan product too.
Right.
I mean, I've got a couple of friends that are in Texas that are just known as the TikTok guys, and they go around teaching every single realtor how to get better on TikTok, and that's their thing right now. That may not last forever. We know how these internet trends come and go, but it's the same concept. They're known for their knowledge, they're known for their skill, and they're putting it out there all the time, and they're constantly trying to help people grow and learn. And people come to them because they don't want to click on some video and learn how to do it. They want to be taught. They want a person to come in and support them and help them.
Yep.
And so
cool. All right, so let's wrap it up. If you want to give some people some actionable advice, if they want to start considering going down this path of building this brand, taking this knowledge-based marketing, implementing it, I mean, how do we get started? What do you suggest here?
Here's what I suggest. Step 1, come up with a fastball, like a presentation that you teach that's 45 minutes to an hour on one of these topics, whatever it is.
Yep.
I know our friend John Thomas is watching this with LO Seminar System. He literally has 40 classes out there. Okay. There's lots of different things that you can be really good. Make one of them your fastball pitch that you're so good at that you could teach every single slide in that PowerPoint. And maybe it's just mortgage 101. Maybe your specialty is teaching new realtors about mortgages. That's okay too. Whatever it is, come up with your fastball so that when you start building your marketing, it's all going to go back to that original slide deck. And you say, okay, now I want to go make some videos. I want to send some bombs out. I want to do some things to my audience. I got this slide deck that has 30 different topics. It's really consolidated down to 5 or 6, but let's pick one. Okay. And let's talk about it today. And let's pull up a story as to why it's important for realtors and clients and sort out how it relates to what was going on in that slide deck, and then I'm going to tell that story to my group of realtors or to my consumers. And then there's my marketing for the day that I'm going to put out there. So it's kind of the concept of going backwards. Number 1, knowing the product. Number 2, knowing the presentation. And then number 3, working on the outlet. Number 4, building the audience. Whatever outlet you pick, you got to understand how to build the audience from there. So some people go backwards. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to have a big audience. And then I don't know what to do. I mean, that's okay. I've done that many times in the past with MLO Net all the time. But at the end of the day, it goes a lot smoother if you're out there and you know what you're doing, but you got to go through all the steps. You can't get this marketing in place and then say all of a sudden like, oh, nobody's watching my videos. Well, at some point you got all that stuff down. You got to get the audience part. You got to understand how to leverage other people's groups, leverage social media, maybe buy lists, attend live events, make connections, be social on social media, all the stuff we're talking about on all these calls. You got to build bigger audiences with, like shotgun approach, so that some of these messages that you can start honing in on, or I say sniper approach, start to become more relevant as your audience expands.
Yep.
So
guys, if you've noticed over the past couple of weeks, there's been a theme here, right? We've spoken about being social on social media. We've spoken about creating the videos with Brad. Right. We're going to be talking about teaching classes with John Thomas next week, right? Knowledge-based marketing today, right? This is all designed, to show you different ways to go ahead and start to attract new referral partners, to build your brand, have people coming to you in addition to you going out to them, but obviously bringing them all together because they're all a piece of the puzzle right there. So awesome, Fish. We've gone 25 minutes here. Good stuff. Not seeing any questions in here or on the live, so you must have done a killer job, buddy. So I appreciate you. A couple of housekeeping items for everyone. I think we have 4 more Survivor Series this year. So 13th, the 15th, and the 20th, and the 22nd, and then probably nothing the week between Christmas and New Year to wrap up there. So if you guys have any topics that you want, any guests that you want, let us know. We'll get them on there either this month or into 2023.
So I'm going to just kind of close out with sometimes the folks that coach me and tell me how to be better. They say, sometimes you should have a call to action. My call to action is invite a friend to MLO Network, contribute a little bit in MLO Network, And if you want to see me, I'm going to talk really, really high level about all this knowledge-based marketing stuff. I'm actually building my particular PowerPoint. The thing I just told you guys to do, I'm doing that myself so that I have my own little fastball. This is what I like to do and like to teach.
Yep.
Because I'm doing it, but it's been not structured enough. And then I'm like, wait a second, I got to do the same thing with helping MLO. So I've got that coming. I'll be teaching that, unrolling that at Scott Grove's event in February. If you want to hear about that, message me. I'll put a link somewhere, but I'll be doing that live for the first time in Vegas in a couple months here.
Yep. And you're also going to be coaching inside the One Star Leads Academy group as well.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna be
starting in
doing coaching
January,
with-
twice
yep.
per month. So excited to have you. I'm really excited. Quick promotion for us, right? Blatant self-promotion. Ashley, Renee Corville, Michael Fischer, and John Thomas have all joined the Lola coaching group and will be contributing a couple times per month in 2023 on various topics. So Fish, John, Ash, if you're watching, really appreciate you guys on that.
Yeah, I'll be bringing the same coaching to our little VMA group, and we cross pollinate all these different communities. So
Yep. So cool. All right, my man. Hey, Fish, buddy, on behalf of all of MLOnet, thank you for everything you do. Right? Seriously. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for spearheading this community. Thank you for, when I'm always like, yeah, dude, let's do this thing. And then you just go and do it. So like, truly, everyone appreciates you. So I really wanted to have you on here.
I got something really cool coming for January. I'm not gonna tell you guys about it yet until it's official, but I'm pumped about it. So
cool. All right, MLOnet. Thank you guys again. Let us know what you need. Hit us up if you want to get guests on there. We will see you on Tuesday. Thanks, Fish.
see you guys.